A few days ago, Facebook stock plummeted by about 20%. The reason given for this is that Facebook traffic had declined significantly. So what this means is that people are spending less and less time on Facebook. This doesn't mean that people are not spending time on social media. It means that they're basically branching out to other forms of social media, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. But what does this mean in general? People think, that Facebook makes their money off of advertising revenue, and they make some money off of that, but they kind of flip the script on advertising. You'll notice that advertising on Facebook is not particularly obtrusive. You see things over on the side, small ads. You see some posts that are that appear to be posts from groups when it's actually advertising, and it's targeted advertising. I see a whole lot of advertising myself from right-wing entities that are talking about things like, removing critical race theory from the classroom, and I just troll them. I and many thousands of others just troll them, to point out that this is a postgraduate level law school program, and it is not in the public schools. And anybody that is not aware of this by now is uneducated and willfully ignorant. They're believing what they want to believe, and they're just covering up for their own racism, whatever. Anyway, but Facebook flips the script on advertising. If you're not aware of this, you are a commodity. You are the commodity on Facebook. They take your personal information, your browsing information, which they are tracking you even when you are not on Facebook, and they sell your personal information and your tracking history to advertisers. But Google also does this, and I think Yahoo does this. A lot of different entities are doing this, but Facebook is the one that really made it mainstream business. So what I think is more of an issue going on here is that fewer new people are signing up for Facebook. You hit a level of maximum density. The advertisers, the entities that want your information have already bought it. They don't need to pay more. There comes a point where this was predictable, this was inevitable, that they were going to stop paying for this because they're paying for what they've already got. They don't need to target advertising to you. They're already targeting their advertising to you. And if you've ever clicked on any of the targeted advertising, then they already know it's successful. Anyway, something else that is predictable is, of course, that we are going to see a rise in other forms of social media. Now, I just started my own social media platform, but anybody that is my friend on social media, anybody that's been watching this channel or reading my writing, any of that, already know that this is something I have been working on for some time, a number of months. It has taken time and money and effort just to bring it where it is. It's not perfect yet. I admit that. It's got some bugs I've got to work out, but it's getting there. It's up, it's running. You can interact on this. The difference between the social media platform that I have created and almost all of the other platforms that you're going to see or already see is that on the platform that I have created, unlike Facebook or any of these other platforms, you are not a commodity. The entire ethic behind what I have created, as opposed to the other platforms you are seeing, is that I am not going to gather your information, sell your information. I am not, there is not going to be any censorship. This is not intentionally geared in one direction. It can go in many directions that I may have no control over, because I'm not going to control it. What this is intended to be is an actual community. Different viewpoints being able to express themselves, even viewpoints that I don't agree with. Yes, of course, I'm going to express my own views. And something I really need to do is, just post as myself rather than the administrator. But log in that way. But, I don't want people thinking that because I'm posting this, that they have to agree with me. And some people might think that I've created this to be my own platform where I am front and center. I know that I am fairly prolific in my content production, but that's not the intent. I don't intend for my own content to, take precedence over everyone else's. You don't have to friend me or like me at all on this. You can express your own view. I may not agree with it. That just means I'm not going to pay any attention to you in the long term if you don't have a rational viewpoint to offer. If you do have a rational viewpoint, I'll interact. But otherwise, I'm just not going to. I'm not going to bother. Some people may take exception with the fact that I have said that I am going to charge like $1 a month for this, as opposed to being allegedly free, but in fact, it's not free when you are being sold to advertisers. That's not free. You are selling yourself when you interact on one of these other platforms. You are being sold. You are the commodity. On the platform I built, you are not a commodity. You are a person. And you get to express yourself in this way. The $1 a month, what that comes down to 3 1/3 cents per day. So less than 4 cents a day to know that you're not going to be subjected to advertising You're not going to have your information sold and shared and all of this stuff. You are not selling yourself as a person. You are not going to have your activities away from the site tracked at any time. There are not going to be any such cookies. Any cookies installed on your browser are only for the interaction on the site, and that is all that there is to it. And that's just for the functioning of the site, period. And I am never going to look at that information unless there is some kind of a problem that I need to resolve, either with the functioning of the site or the behavior of a certain person. And then I'm not going to look at your personal information. I'm going to look at what you have been posting to make a determination as to whether you are violent or abusive. That's it. That's all. Or spamming people. Anyway, so the fact that Facebook traffic is going down is kind of a good thing. The fact that people are just going to other capitalist platforms, which are doing the exact same thing, well, that's really not all that great. You're jumping into being tracked by numerous entities. And if you ever looked at your browser cookie history, you would realize just how much you are being tracked. Anyway, I mean, they are called tracking cookies for a reason. So, anyway, like I said, there are some problems with the site. It's going to be a while before I'm going to be able to have a dedicated mobile app. When I looked further into it, to have a mobile app means that I have to have a dedicated server. A dedicated server is going to cost a minimum of $90 a month, and that only goes up to, I think, 1 terabyte, and as more storage is needed, it will require more space, and it will go up from there. So a minimum of $90 a month I don't have that to spare at the moment. Even if I did, that would be taking away from money that I'm trying to save for my daughter for college and for my own, impending retirement at some point in the next few years. I do turn 60 years old this year. So that is something I need to take into consideration here. Anyway, so I hope everybody is going to sign up and join in with this. It does look pretty bare. Pardon me. Any social media platform, when it is first starting out, is going to look extremely bare. But at the same time, whatever you post is going to get more attention because there's just not that much there. So take that into consideration. The more people that sign up, the more people that start posting and interacting, the better it's going to be. So please join in, make this a community, and I look forward to seeing you there. It is issuesunite.com. Please look it up, share it with your friends, and I will see you there. And if you can, please donate $1 a month to help expand the channel and the website. Bring me closer to being able to get that mobile app going. And so thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a good day.